Well, hello. My name's Duran Cook. I'm an attorney with the Tender Adoption Team that specializes in helping young ladies with an untimely pregnancy find a home for their unborn child. We work as a team here. There's therapists on the staff, adoption counselors, and other attorneys. Why are we taking a minute here to have this video? So that you can make a choice, an intelligent choice, if you're thinking about placing your unborn child for adoption. There are a couple ways of doing it. The vast majority of the nation, through adoption attorneys and adoption agencies, offer you an opportunity to look at what they call adoption profiles. And that's basically a multi-page document with pictures and description of potential adoptive parents' homes and families. And it is a typical way of helping a young lady like yourself find an appropriate family. It's not real personal, and if you were to go on the internet, for example, and contact 3 attorneys or agencies, they're liable to send you a dozen profiles each. So the next day or within a couple days, you'd have 36 profiles to look at. And what I've learned through years of interviewing birth moms is that, after the first half a dozen to a dozen, they all apparently look pretty much the same. And it's not real personal. But if you did use that, there would be 800 numbers usually on the profiles so that you could call the families and chat with them and find out who you'd like to meet. And if that appeals to you, it certainly is nationwide available to you. Our program is a little different. Not that we don't use profiles, but we don't insist on them. And there's certainly a secondary way of having you find an appropriate, loving home for your unborn child. So in our program, we send you some paperwork if you contact us. And the paperwork isn't fun to fill out, I can tell you that, but it's necessary. And we ask you for a proof of pregnancy. And then we fly you to our main office in Los Angeles, where you'll have an opportunity to meet with several individuals on our staff. And we fine-tune the qualities that you're looking for in adoptive parents. We probably already asked you on the telephone, and certainly that's part of the paperwork. But we want to know exactly what you're looking for. And then we've pre-interviewed other adoptive parents that have gone through what we call a home study process, so that they're what we call home study ready to adopt. And so then we match what you're looking for with, say, a half a dozen couples that would have the qualities that you're looking for, and that you would have the qualities that they're looking for. Once that happens in our program, you would then meet them. You could meet as many couples as you need to before you find the right home. We would only ask that you meet them one at a time. What I mean by that is that you don't meet, for example, 3 different couples and 2 of them go home sad that they weren't chosen. So if you meet a couple and you think that they're the right ones, great. If you don't, you just say no. We'll help you with that process if necessary. And then you meet couple number 2, and the same thing if you need couple number 3. But we go through that until you personally choose a couple face-to-face, and then, of course, exchange personal information, the contact information, so you can have a relationship with them up through the hospital setting, where they'll be, and actually the baby would be discharged to them. And there's certain legal process that has to go on throughout the weeks or months before you deliver and immediately thereafter. But that's the way our program works. You would come to Los Angeles, go through an intake with our counselors, and then start to meet appropriate adoptive parents until you, and only you, can make the choice as to where your baby goes. So if you'd be interested in pursuing that, there's information following or on the screen right now. And I wish you the very best as you progress with your decision making and in finding a home for your baby.